Welcome to the Kaos and Lace podcast. I am your host, Jamie Kaos, and with me, as always, is the lovely Anie Lace. And tonight, every MMO on Earth is currently fighting a custody battle over one fucked up raccoon. A Blizzard employee may have speedrun unemployment for the power of friendship or possibly pussy. And Ian Hazakassis thinks PvP rewards are exactly as painful as they should be. And that's just half of the topics that we're going to get in tonight. Guys, it has been a while since we have done a podcast, talk show, whatever it is that we do. I shouldn't hog all. I'm excited. I need to let Anie talk. For everyone who's new coming and watching,
don't make me talk.
Welcome, guys. I'm very excited to get into this. This is our first episode of Kaos and Lace. Anie, you were back streaming. I like your top. You look hot.
It's too booby.
It's not too booby. I think it's perfectly booby. Chat is let's do a poll. Is Annie's top too booby?
There we go. That's better.
We just start it right out of the gate, real hot. Is Annie? Can I say that on here?
We're not even on the pussy segment yet.
We didn't. I know we haven't even got to the pussy yet. Okay, so hold on, guys. This is going to be an adult show, so if you guys are looking for something a bit more tame, you might want to change your channel now or stick around because it's going to get worse as we progress. Is Annie too booby?
Make her talk. Love Annie. I say yes. If you make a poll, I'm gonna answer yes. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway.
No. All right, guys. It's up for about 3 minutes. Go.
Did you actually make a poll?
I did. I made a poll for that. Is Annie too booby?
I'm gonna say yes.
All right. Let's get back into it. We're already derailing. Guys, we used to host a podcast which was called Tangents Creation when we were following the development of Ashes of Creation. We kind of took a bit of a hiatus from making content, and we're back to kind of do something different. We kind of realized that we want to, we play a lot of WoW. We're going to be talking about WoW, but it's not the only thing that we want to talk about. We want to talk about weird happenings in MMO spaces. We want to talk about whenever we feel like talking about. I always said that Tangents was always a little bit of like the Seinfeld show, where it was kind of a podcast about nothing, but we kind of had like a basis to jump off of. We had something to kind of be our anchor, if you will, as we progress.
It was aptly named.
Yes, it was called Tangent Creation because we went on a bunch of tangents. So expect a lot of tangents as we are already getting off topic because we are supposed to be talking, and Annie's extremely excited about the Jimothy multiverse.
It's been my favorite thing right now. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that social media is nothing but this deformed, adorable raccoon, but it's the best thing ever. And I think it's... Wait, I don't want to do all the talking about Jimothy.
No, you're going to talk about Jimothy. You were so excited about Jimothy.
It's my weird spirit animal because I'm also a weirdo.
I don't know how I feel about associating my wife with a fucked up raccoon. We do have, guys, we are upping the production of this new podcast. Not by a lot, but look at this. Oh my God. All I did was switch scenes. Why did it crash?
You broke it.
I don't know why that happened. I was talking about we've got better production value, and you know what? That's not true. New production featured by Temu. Thank you. Absolutely. I don't know what happened there, guys. I literally I'm terrified to switch the scene now. We might be stuck here all night. So like we're saying, a few different companies have decided, and it's more than just these two, but these are two we're going to pick to talk about right now. World of Warcraft also put out, Annie, you got 4 votes that you were not too booby tonight. So the
but there was
only yes was you.
That I was.
The only yes was you. So this is the Jimothy that's going to be coming to World of Warcraft. We don't know what he's going to be yet, though. We don't know if he's going to be a battle pet, which I don't think they're doing battle pets. What I like about theirs, and I'll bring up the Guild Wars 2 one, and I'll talk about why I think he's best, or you might say why this one is the best. And this is actually kind of funny if you guys read this. I'll get the caption. This is one coming to Guild Wars 2 as a pet.
With this one, they didn't make his legs long enough.
Right. And that's why I think WoW actually wins. And when it comes to the MMO space of who is going to be king of the fucked up raccoon, it is definitely going to be Blizzard. Look at, he got the long legs. the stunty spine. We actually have our own spunty spine. We also have our own stunty spined little freak in our house.
We have a French bulldog that very much does not have a spine as well. So
she very much looks, dude. Okay, so my parents at one point came over the house and they brought over their Frenchie, which I think he's a mix with something else. But that boy has a long ass spine. He's a long spined boy. So when we looked at my parents' dog compared to our Frenchie, she just looked like the most like scrunched up. Like I actually thought he looked odd, but
well, yeah, you looked odd compared to her.
Does ESO have it? Sorry, Mio. Does ESO have enough devs to start making their own?
I'm enjoying all the weird crossover things going on with this whole thing.
Elder Scrolls needs it. Yeah, I know. It's been really cool. I think it's been a fun trend. It's cool when something like this happens. Now, I will say, and this is kind of crazy if true. Crazy if true. Okay, crazy if true. The Guild Wars 2 apparently, is it in this? An ArenaNet's dev's spouse was the one who filmed the original viral video and named him. And there is a video of her talking about it.
Here's my conspiracy theory, though. I think there's more than one Jimothy. In fact, I feel like in Seattle, there is a subspecies of raccoon Jimothy.
See, that takes it from being like a cute raccoon running around Seattle to like it running like to then being there's just a bunch of fucked up raccoons. Just something is wrong over in Seattle. If that's the case.
That's the best part, though. Do you have the actual picture?
Yes, let me pull it up. I'll pull it up.
I think that's my favorite part about it is it's like a modern day cryptid that was debunked.
Okay, here is a image.
And also kind of a sad reminder that we no longer have mystery in the world, because if it was like 100 years ago, people would be like, it's a monster.
It's a monster. It's a fucking
sneaks
freak.
into your kid's bedroom and steals their good dreams and gives them nightmares or something crazy like that. Look at him. I love it.
He is very cute.
He literally looks like our dog. Hang on, let me see if I can get my dog to come on my lap.
Let me see. We also have, what is it? So Pathfinder and D&D, which speaking of D&D, that's a little hint about something that's going to be coming later in the show. So right now, there is a battle of the stat cards. Let me see if we can find it. Okay, we got the Pathfinder Jimothy, and I've got the D&D Jimothy. We got our stat blocks. Let me pull these side by side. All right, let's see. This is going here. That one go here. All right, Jesus, I'm blinding myself. So we've got a battle of the Jimothy beloved cryptid, and then we also have over here we got the Pathfinder side. I will say, and I don't know if this is maybe they haven't added artwork yet, but I will say D&D get some points for having a Jimothy artwork.
To put in my camera frame.
No, that was a picture you want to put in your camera frame. I might still be able to do that. Let's see. So compact frame, Jimothy can move through a space as narrow as 4 inches without expending extra movement to do so. He's got melee attacks. He's got hurl garbage, captive, skitter. He's agile. What do we got over here? So tumbling swipe. What else do we have? Through much coaxing and patience, you are blessed with the aid of Jimothy, the creature of legend. Jimothy is a raccoon-like creature with thin limbs and a round body. All who look upon him are blessed. Special, Jimothy doesn't grow larger in size when he advances, though he gains all the other benefits. Jimothy can use his hands to perform simple interactions, such as picking up an unattended object, but he can't wield weapons. I would think a Jimothy wielding weapons would be terrifying. I think that just in the middle of the night, seeing this little freak running at you with like 2 weapons, dual wielding, that'd be terrifying. That'd be absolutely terrifying.
Oh my God. It's like Rocket from Guardians of the
oh my God. Yeah. If Rocket had scoliosis.
Where's that crossover?
Oh my God.
The Guardians of the Galaxy Jimothy as Rocket.
Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh, God. We need to see that now. Someone needs to make that happen.
That'd be hilarious.
Anyway, that was a little lighthearted segment to open up the.
I've been enjoying seeing everybody's artwork and stuff too. It's like, I just think it's cool when something like this explodes. It's just cute. and fun and adorable.
Speaking of exploding, I'm about to hit the other scene to go back, and hopefully it doesn't crash. Let's see what happens.
Don't break it.
All right, so moving along, Annie, we're going to be getting into our second topic. Let me pull up this run a show. Where was it? But we can start this with a question.
Okay. Yes. And I want you guys to take this question to heart. How much pussy is a Blizzard job worth? Or any job, I guess, for that matter.
So we're going to put how do you put that up as a poll? How do you put that up as a question? Guys, this is the question that we're asking.
You put an emoji, a kitty emoji.
It's
Hang on, that's the poll. Is it worth
it's apparently
it's
worth one Mythic Plus run.
Losing a job.
So if you guys haven't,
somebody didn't want to rerun a 30-minute key.
Right. Yes. No one wanted to do their resilient homework key. If you guys haven't heard, there was a Blizzard employee who decided to help out his bros and one e-girl, allegedly. I don't really know too much about her. I don't want to disparage her. I don't know which of them are banned. I do know that some of them did get their account banned. Anyway, the story is they were running Mythic Plus. They were getting through, and allegedly, I believe it was a demon hunter in the group said, he hits up his GM friend saying, man, we're not going to time the key. Can you do us a solid? And he's like, I didn't know he was going to do it, but he went and he death touched the last mob.
But I asked anyway.
But it turns out the logs also showed he death touched the mob. He death touched the boss.
So it was more than one. I didn't hear that part of it.
Yes. So
he did a few different solids for them.
So the dude was obviously laid off. I know I saw some people talking. They were getting kind of upset because, and it's like, obviously, like, there's a lot of people that are like, man, they should ban everyone instantly. Why did it take so long? And then anyone thinking like, oh, it's only the players that read the logs that were able to actually catch this. To think that Blizzard doesn't have some way of going and verifying. And there was a developer on Twitter that talked about this, that apparently it is like a coordinated effort to get into like the live service side of WoW with those on. So it's like, someone's got to know that you have your GM account logged in. So like, as soon as little bro's in there doing his shit, they already knew. Like, so I think that's one thing that's wild is like, bro, like why are you going? Like, I can't understand it on my end to be like, you just got GM powers. You're finally getting in there and you throw it all away to help out somebody on like a Mythic Plus key. It seems so dumb.
Who was it? Lloyd, one of the old Ashes of Creation creators, was saying that he hopes that this ends in a love story.
Yes. Oh, I was going to say the dude's probably going to need a place to stay now. So funny. So yes, no, it probably will line up that, maybe he ends up on her couch, you just to do it for some pussy that you're probably never going to get. Allegedly. We don't actually know. Yeah. I wonder if this guy, I would assume.
I just like that twist of the story. It's probably, who knows if it's factual or not, but it's funny.
The thing is, I bet they probably made him sign like an NDA. You can't talk about this like when you get fired or whatever. I mean, I would assume that. I saw some people asking too. It's like, how come they didn't talk about this initially? Why didn't they bring this up? It's like, dude, when has your boss gone to social media to tell everyone that you fucked up some protocol? Like, I was like,
yeah.
Like, also, when it deals with some like an employee and things like that, like they are going to take more time to investigate, especially like players to see how the players were involved. Was this happening more often? Was it help? Like, and you had actually made a good point because the I believe it was the Demon Hunter. His whole side of the story was that this was a spur of the moment thing, but you had brought up. Do you remember what
you're saying? He's running out of time. Like, apparently they didn't have enough time to do whatever he was saying. Go back and kill one mob was his story, but they had time to reach out to a GM and ask him to hop in there and death touch this thing, and for him to log in and get to the dungeon and kill this mob. Like, that doesn't add up.
Right. It's like, that's where it's like, man, how many times has he done this before?
The amount of time it would have taken for you to backtrack and kill whatever mob you forgot about is probably shorter than it was for that entire event to take place. So my theory is that this was not the first time that this situation had happened. It was just the first time it got caught because there was a member in the group that wasn't part of the group who was sharing their logs.
I do want to say the dude who like, autistically just consumes logs like on his lunch break. Because I saw the whole Reddit post. He's like, I was just on my lunch break and I was going through logs and there's just one that really stood out to me. And like, that is an insane level of just like going through these and then picking out and be like, that's not right. What's happening here? It is absolutely insane. The amount of power that can just be, put together by just a community of gamers sometimes can do the most wild things. I know, what is it, 4chan and Reddit also sometimes they just fucking help the FBI by just tracking down the weird shit. Like fucking eagle-eyed players, man. They're just gotta start doing something more with them.
They have a special talent for sure. I don't know if they're very fun at parties though.
It's so weird because like, obviously that's gotta be kind of like a dream job, right? Like you finally get this spot, you're in this position to be like, because I don't know, if I was a GM of WoW, I'd be like, dude, that is awesome. And just to like throw it away for something so stupid, like, I don't know if the story is true, because there were tweets that were shown that go back. This dude's talking about it's his birthday. This chick Yara says, "Oh, happy birthday." She happened to be in the key, right? This is the e-girl. So she's a streamer. She happened to be in the key. And it's like, dude, if that's really what went down, was that you were simping for a girl you were never going to get with and threw away your GM job for that? That's insane. But it's like, to me, but I do think, because for those of you who might not be caught up in a lot of MMO lore, there was a guild that was alpha testing Ashes of Creation when we were making content for it, called Ethereum. Ethereum was brought down in a very similar way. Ethereum was brought down because the leader of the guild his fiance was in the guild, and he also had this e-girl in the guild that he was flirting with, who had her name was Chauncey, and she had a fat ass Pokemon as like her profile picture, and he was trying to hit up that Discord kitten, man. Like and it led to the downfall of the fucking guild. So I would say that a GM simping over an e-girl and one-shotting her mobs in a key is gotta be one of the most MMO things that's ever MMO'd. I think it's if it's perfectly in the zeitgeist of MMOs.
So, have fun, guys.
Is pussy worth losing a job over? I'm gonna say yes.
All right, you got to answer.
I said yes.
You answered yes.
Listen, back in the day, I did, dude. We did stuff at some old jobs where,
Oh,
yeah.
true.
I have done dumb shit in my past that
Should we share that story?
What, when we had sex in the McDonald's freezer when I was a manager of McDonald's?
Jamie used to be the manager at McDonald's, and he was able to sneak me into the freezer because there was an exterior door where they'd bring in the deliveries or whatever. And mind you, all of his coworkers were there and like knew what was going on. And they
Fucking
just
watching
gave us
through the
the
little
room.
fucking cutout. Fucking perverts. I'm gonna say that Mac sauce hit a little differently the next day.
That was a long ass time ago, guys. That was back in 2010. Things were crazy back then. It was like the Wild West.
Oh my god. I need to look through this because
I'll say it depends.
It depends. What? Wait.
Okay, well, here are the factors.
You need to tell what pussy are you losing a job over?
Well, when I say pussy, I mean cock, but
that seems completely different, but all right.
Depends, because firstly, it depends on the job you have, and if it's like if you're working like at, I don't know, like Applebee's, do you really care about that job?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. I get where you're coming from. Yes. I didn't care if I got fired from McDonald's for banging you in the freezer, but I would care if I lost my current job, or if I lost a job at Blizzard.
Job, would be extraordinarily painful to lose that for any reason. So I would not jeopardize that.
So yeah, I would say if you're young, dumb, full of cum, go ahead, lose your job over something dumb. Get it out of your system before you potentially end up working for a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, what the fuck, dude? We're gonna move on to we're moving away from fucked up cryptids. We're moving away from throwing away your job for pussy. And we're actually going to move into talking a little bit about Ian Hazzikostas recently did an entire interview over in Discord. It's really cool that they've been doing that lately. I've been really pumped to see Blizzard, especially the WoW team, getting into using Discord more. That's actually a feature that's going to be coming next patch, which is I'm really excited for. But they've been getting into there. They've been talking, doing interviews, and this one was a whole Q&A. I love seeing that community engagement. You see it across the board with a lot of different companies doing this now. And I think it really helps for the health of the community to see like the creative director or the game director come out and talk and then get to ask them those questions. So I'm just going to quickly run down some of the features that are coming. But for housing, okay, so we've got more racial and cultural house exteriors coming, browsable and searchable housing showcases. So they kind of want to put things up so people will be able to find other people's houses and things like that. They're going to be adding non-combat pets in 12.1. You'll be able to place those. Mounts are going to be able to be displayed later. They want to add transmog mannequins, profession hooks, such as like functional forges. But there is one thing, and it's looking like hunter pets are less likely to be there in the near future. How do you feel about not being able to display your hunter pets?
I'm not terribly tore up over not having hunter pets placeable in the housing. I would like to have at least one be placeable, but I think I'm okay with the mounts and the pets for now. And I hope they work that out later. But at the same time, it's like most of the hunter pets you can tame. There is a mount equivalent. So you just have either a saddle on it or maybe a different color.
I think like, I don't know, because they said like, obviously housing, they kind of want it to be more warband focused. I have a barracks kind of built in mind, but I would like my main has his own room. So I don't know. That's kind of been like WoW's moving very, at least retail WoW is heading very much towards like a, excuse me, collection of alts. And Anie and I could definitely play differently where I just want to do everything on my main.
Hang on though, because I'm thinking like hunter pets. Are you saying a warlock can like place their succubus?
No. So it's only right now they're talking that battle pets and mounts.
If they did add that is what I'm saying.
Are you saying that you want to make a sex dungeon? Are you going to make a red room full of like succubi and incubi?
Hey, did you see the new incubi model that they're going to be
launching? It's not new, is it? Are you talking about the dude one who's all strapped up? Is SMM stuff?
They updated it.
Is he updated? I thought that was
better.
I thought they added it.
They did something to it because I know there was a bunch of men that were upset about it.
Annie was very much looking at the cod piece to make sure it was historically accurate.
Wait, there's a cod piece?
I don't think so. I think it's just on a thong. So anyway, one of the things I think is really cool that's going to be coming to housing, and Ian has a quote that a housing showcase is basically where people can list their homes in a browsable and searchable way, which reminds me kind of like PoE actually has this. There's a website, I believe, called Hideout Showcases or something like that. But you're able to go to the PoE, that website, download the string, and then you upload it. But on the website, it shows you everything that that will be in there. I can't remember if you import that in PoE, if it tells you what you have. I think it just removes it. One thing that's cool, though, is that WoW's system, the way they have it set up, is it's going to tell you everything that you're missing. And this is going to be coming in 12.1. So this is coming very, very soon. And the showcase is later. But the actual copying, pasting, and be able to do that, you'll be able to do it per room, per house, exterior, interior. You'll be able to set all the permissions of, can someone come in and just copy what I have? Can they copy only the outside? I think there's a lot. I think that's a really cool function of it. And that means you're also going to be able to save the rooms that you make and put them. I think you're going to have like a limit of saves you can do, but open up a notepad, paste the strings. That's all right there.
Can I tell you that my toxic trait is that I still keep calling the WoW housing freeholds?
Is it free? You just call it freeholds. I know it needs to be something like, I think neighborhood, like what is our house called? I do think that it should have a name.
It's a freehold.
It's a freehold
that we deserve, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like that fits for Alliance. I feel like calling it a freehold over on the Alliance side makes sense. Because like my orc's house is a fucking hovel. Is not
hovel. What would the horde equivalent be of a freehold?
What is the fucking dirt mound? I don't know. So you and I have not, I don't think we've really touched housing like at all this season. Like I have a little
I'm
bit.
waiting. I'm honestly waiting until they add more of the features that I'm waiting for because I want to be able to. I don't know. We messed with it like the first week or so that it came out, and it was a lot of fun. But I think we were waiting to be able to actually save copies of our rooms because the problem we ran into at first was that the first room that your entrance is going into, you can't delete that room or like move it or rearrange it or whatever if you have different rooms that you want to like move around. So it's kind of like if you set up everything in that room or even a different room that had other rooms coming off of it that you wanted to like change your housing layout or whatever, you can't really do it without having everything you've placed in the room get put back in your inventory. So I was waiting for more flexibility with being able to kind of tweak my layouts and move stuff around and save templates and stuff like that. So it's like all the hard work you put into it didn't just go to waste just because you wanted to move some things.
Yeah, that's been one of my biggest frustrations also.
Oh,
Which
on top of that too, because it's like you start out obviously with your house not leveled up and you unlock bigger and better rooms as you level up your house. So maybe you wanted your entryway to lead into like a different room. That's kind of where it was. So instead of like an octagon room, you wanted like the double staircase room or something. But in order to do that, you can't just take that octagon room and be like, okay, I'm going to move that off to the side. And then now it's going to go into the staircase room. And then now that octagon room is off of the staircase room, like as a secondary room instead of the main room, you couldn't move it around like that. You'd have to pick it all up and put it in back into your inventory and able to do it. And there was no templates.
yeah, it did feel like they kind of like that should have been something they released first. Like it definitely what it feels like is we've been really testing the early access of housing. Like it's for the early adopters, it's for people that want to get into it. People have been making amazing things. It's like the system is really fucking good. But I think the ability, like that's one of the frustrating things is like, I love messing around with housing and building things, especially I love survival games. So I love having some way to express that creativity. But yes, the fact that I set a room down and I'm in a spot right now, I can't move one of my octagonal rooms. Like if I place a different one, it will snap. That one's particular will not snap to anything and it's driving me nuts. So I'm just kind of keeping it around so we can copy and paste. One of the things that's coming in this next patch is you will be able to move the entrance to different spots, which is cool because now we can actually have basements. So your succubus incubi red room, you'll be able to make that. You just won't be able to put those down there. I'm really hoping that we can.
I'm hoping now I am going to be on team place your pets because if you can place your warlock pets.
We got to start the hashtag wow sex dungeon. So if you guys can head over to Twitter and just start posting hashtag wow sex dungeon until we can make a sex dungeon. I think that will go a long way. That's how we leave our mark on this game, guys, is wow sex dungeons. Okay. We need the people. What is, Goldshire, you know, those Goldshire inns are getting crowded.
Well,
we got to move it into the red rooms.
I can't have my animal husbandry brothel. So
that's true. Oh my God.
Sex dungeon. That was the worst thing that was lost when Ashes of Creation went under.
That's true.
And was that I couldn't have my animal husbandry.
She can't have her breedery. I do before we kind of move off of this, I do want to say that I have found not many reasons to engage with housing other than it being a horizontal progression of like you are just engaging with housing to engage with housing. And I'm not a fan. And I think maybe it's a me problem, but I know a lot of people like, I don't want it tied to player power. I don't want it to be something I have to do. For some reason, WoW players get in this mindset of if there's something in the game that gives an item, they have to do it. You don't need to, but I would like some.
I mean, if it's actually going to make you stronger, then yes, you do have to do it if you want to be competitive.
I think if you don't do it in a way that it's like, it's like delves. I mean, like, are Mythic Raiders really running delves? Probably not. Like but tie something into it that it's I mean,
you do. Well, hang on, because you do get They have that weekly quest where you can get
Yeah, but
crests
that's
from it.
fucking boring. Like it's not very good. Like
I mean,
it's
sure, it's boring, but you still get 20 hero crests for doing
There-
something that takes maybe 5 minutes.
I believe there is something coming though. There is a combat activity that's coming where you are able you go to the housing, and it's not how what I would like is to have to defend my neighborhood. Like give me that. Blizzard, throw a world boss in there that I have to get with my neighborhood.
With the garrisons. Do you remember with the
Right,
garrisons?
yes.
You could trigger an event.
Yes. Oh my God.
Assaulted.
Dude, I forgot about that. Yes, we would have assaults on our garrison. Yes, add
You'd
something
have
like that to the
invite
neighborhood.
people to help you out.
Like, I don't care if it's just cosmetic rewards or whatever, but I think because I'm so used to interacting with WoW through combat, like that's how your character expression is pretty much through your rotation, right? And there's a lack of that when it comes to housing, where I get it. Housing might be more of a cozy core kind of thing, but I'm saying for a player like myself, and maybe I'm not the intended audience, but I would like to participate a bit more, is I want combat oriented things, I guess, to be with housing, right? Or like other things too. Like give me world boss heads. Why did none of the world bosses give me their head? Why did none of the bosses?
Did I not get Chimerus's head?
Yes.
Or mount?
Yes. Yeah. Why is Chimerus not a mount? Why is that not a mount? Why did no one throw a hissy fit over that? Why would we fight over the dumbest shit when we could have had Chimerus as a mount? He's got the same skeleton as all the fucking bat ones that they constantly push out. Why couldn't they give us Chimerus? I'm asking you, Anie.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do it?
I was sad. I don't know why they didn't.
Why didn't you fucking get us that?
I wanted like this weird deformed wolf moose thing.
Dude, it's so cool. I thought he's one of the coolest bosses they've added.
Yeah, no, it's really neat. I also too I like the bat wing and the beetle wing. It was
yes.
sick.
So anyway, let's see. We kind of touched on that. Yeah, like we're
Hey, when do you think they'll make it tameable?
Make him tameable, right? Dude.
He's a beast.
Is he an aberration? Is he a beast?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't check. I'm not educated on
because
that.
They did.
But
eventually,
I know they made Magmadon or whatever from Dragonflight was tameable.
Dude, could you, Matt? Dude, if I will main Beastmaster for like half a season if I can go back and get Chimerus as a pet. That would be fucking sick. Is he gonna yell at me though? All right, so we're gonna move on to the next part of this interview. I think this is gonna be. Well, I'll kind of run through some of these a bit faster because there was some really interesting stuff in there. But I don't want this to turn into some type of recap. I'm sure you guys have seen recaps on this interview from a bunch of different creators. It's not really our goal tonight to give this as a recap. So one of the things that did come up, because you and I like to collect, it's another thing that we do. I got what I don't even know the name of the Highland Drake skin out of. I don't even know the name of the fucking dungeon that you make me raid that you make me run all the time. What's the name of that mount that I have that you were mad about?
I don't think I know either. It's something like blazing something or whatever. No, that's the other one. Hellforged something.
I'm drawing a blank on the boss's name now. I can't remember what the hell he's called. Help me out here. I'm floundering. I don't remember his fucking name. You make me kill him like with every fucking week. Or you did. I was my own internal. If I realized I would have to run.
The mount is called the Hellforged, or embodiment of the Hellforged. And it's Hazara. The Hellforged is the boss.
Who's the boss that we have to kill?
Oh, Sakareth.
Oh my god, I couldn't remember his name. Like I was drawing on the massive blank. So I messed up, and Anie really likes this mount that drops off of I forgot his name again. So Sakareth.
It's my favorite mount in Sakareth, yeah.
Sakareth.
It's my favorite mount in the whole game.
It's like one of our favorite mounts in the whole game. I didn't know this. I get the skin for it. I get the skin, the customization. I'll slap it on.
Oh, he learned that recipe or whatever it is.
Instantly,
faster than
not
anybody.
even thought. Yeah, it's a fucking new. I was like, hell yeah, this is dope. This is rare. If I knew,
my jaw dropped so fast.
If I knew,
and then my wedding ring, right after I saw you learned it, came off my finger just as fast.
if I knew I was gonna have to run that fucking raid for the rest of my life, once a week, multiple times on different difficulties.
I think I've probably lost count of how many times I've run it since then.
I would have just given you.
I wouldn't say I run it weekly. I'm not that consistent with it, but when I do run it, I run it on all my alts now because they're all high enough level that they can all solo it in all the difficulties.
Now, why was I bringing up rare collectibles and rare mounts? Well, this is why. The collector's bounty is very likely to return eventually.
Though, I don't think those drop. I don't think those have a higher chance to drop with the collector's bounty because it's an item. It's not actually a mount.
It might. I don't know. But anyway, shut up for a second.
It's a transcript or whatever.
Collector's bounty is very like, this is a direct quote from Ian. Collector's bounty is very likely, and I would say basically certain to return eventually, but it's something that they want to use very sparingly. So, how do you guys feel about, like, we are...
What's their definition of very sparingly? Because I feel like doing it once a year would not be very sparingly.
I would agree. I think once a year would make it not very sparingly, because that's their fear, is that if they do that, people are only going to try to get those mounts or run the content when that comes around once a year, right? Like that would be the whole thing, is
right.
Well, you would do that. But I want to ask, at what point does rarity not matter because it's so true? Does anyone give a fuck if someone gets invincible now? Does anyone care? How many players now starting to play WoW,
I think,
even know what that mount is or cares, because the model is so, like, at what point does rarity and trivial content, like,
I think the people that, or there was a collector's bounty for years and years and years, every week went and ground that mount and it finally dropped for them, and then they have it to flex on. I feel like those people would be a little bit more sore over it, but at the same time, it doesn't, like, you still, I don't know, somebody else having the same item. But there's a whole thing that goes back to where people most desire things that are rare. So when something is common, it's not as appealing or as desirable, and it's like, you see it with, I don't know, like, for some reason I'm thinking of like housing trends or things like that. Like people are drawn to like certain things in housing when they're not, and I mean like real life housing, like granite countertops or whatever. Everybody wants the house that has the granite countertops when nobody else has it. And then once everybody else started getting granite countertops, then it wasn't as appealing anymore. So it's like you see those trends like that. So I think it's the same thing with collectibles in a game or really any game. Like think about like a Magic card game. You have cards that are extraordinarily rare, but if there was like, if they ran a promotion where now certain packs had a higher chance of getting these rare cards, like those cards aren't, and obviously they have power tied to them, so it's a little bit different. But if more and more people had those cards, then you don't really have the advantage anymore either.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I'm curious, at what point does, like, so Invincible, when did Wrath come out? 2007, 2008, something around there, right? Does it still need to be a sub 1% drop rate for Invincible? Like, I'm just more, at what point does rarity not, because of the content being so trivial, right? Because it's like, there's no other than getting it to drop, right? Other than finally getting that RNG to be in your favor and to finally get that 1% drop, there is no difficulty involved of going and killing the Lich King now. So like,
well, that's part of it too, is it's also a way to kind of respect the player's time, because for people who really, really want a certain item and they sink a lot of time into it. But also, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because because if you make it so people don't need to sink a lot of time into it, then that's just kind of promoting microwave culture, which
I do agree. I'm not saying it's good or bad either way. It's more of just a discussion of, because for me, I'm not the type of player that goes back and looks at old mounts and I'm like, I mean, it's cool to add them to my collection.
Like I selfishly do like the collector's bounty event, because and it's like for that week or whatever it's active, like guess what I'm doing almost the whole time I'm playing.
That's
I'm
all I
going
did,
and
dude.
running
That's
these
all
gold
I did.
raids and and trying to get, stuff that I'd kind of given up on getting because it was such a low chance. And I was just kind of like, why bother wasting time on that? But here's what I don't like though. I don't like for example, the Legion remix, as much as I selfishly liked it, I also did not like that you could so easily get everything out of that expansion when there was specific mounts and probably armor or weapon sets that people like, as much as it makes me kind of irked because I really want that druid form that's in the is it the mage tower?
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
glad that it was kept exclusive because now that's one of the few things from the Legion remix
Okay,
or
but
Legion.
let's be real though. Let's be real though. If we could go in the Mage Tower in Legion Remix in one shot thing so you could get that druid form, tell me you would not be using that druid form for the rest of your life. Like because I'm in the same spot as you. I
think
like
it's
exclusive
good
shit.
to have things. I
Yo,
think
what's
it's
up,
good to
Armored?
have things and goals to strive for. So like when I see somebody with that druid form, you get that little pang of fuck, like I really want that. And then it kind of inspires you to go and maybe give it a try again and go and try to grind it out. And then I feel like when you do get it,
Yeah, but
that
I'm talking
accomplishment feels
about
so much better.
ones that you can't get anymore, right? So like there are druid forms you cannot get. So I'm saying like I'm in this spot where I don't want people to have the exclusive shit I have, but I want the shit that other people have. It's that weird like
Yeah, but
hypocrisy
I
of
also like again, I also like when I have something that I know not a lot of other people have and I get to flex it. Like I do like showing off my stuff. Like that is
I
so
mean, look at her top.
selfishly.
Um,
Selfishly, shut up.
uh,
Stop it. Selfishly, I want to be able to get everything easily, but I don't want everybody else to get
hey,
it
I'm not
easily.
that easy. Posh AJ was saying, I think you should just curve the rarity with age. If you want brand new cool things, it's going to take some time. I don't think you should have to hardcore farm everything that's years old, because that's kind of, I'm kind of with you on that
Yeah,
one, because
I do agree with it. Maybe it's like the every year it goes up like a half
that's all
percentage
I'm
point
saying.
or
I think you
whatever.
could do that. Like you could make it, you could raise if it's 0.01, it could be 0.02 the next year. Like, I don't think adding a little bit of extra over time is going to hurt that too much, because I'm a player where I want the new shit, dude.
But then it's like, and I mean, I think the collector's bounty event by itself is okay, and I don't think the drop chance really increased that substantially. Because I was trying to grind out the Drake of the West Wind or North Wind or one of those. I can't even remember if it actually dropped for me or not. But I ran that dungeon. It's like that one from Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Um, that's in the clouds. I ran that quite a bit. Yeah, I didn't get that one. Okay, I didn't get that one, but I got the volcanic stone drake that has like it's like gray with the red
dude, I ran that so many
crystals
times
on
trying
it.
to get it too, and I couldn't get it.
Yeah, I got that one, but
I
I
couldn't
still
get
had to
it.
run both of those dungeons probably like 25. I think I ran them like the one that I got the mount on, I ran probably around 20, 25 times. And the other one I ran probably closer to 30 times, and then like the event ended by the time I never got the amount out of that one. So you still did had to sink some time into it. It's not like it was just dropping like candy.
Right.
Probably felt that way for some people, but not everybody. So I don't necessarily have anything wrong with the collector's bounty event, but like I said, I do have mixed feelings about my dog's freaking me out. I think she found a bug. Just creeped me out. I was making sure it wasn't a spider. I'm in a basement. It's not like a basement, but it's it gets some spiders down here sometimes. So
Annie is such a baby
anyway,
when it comes to spires.
I am. I can't even look at like there's one that Jamie squished in his room and he hasn't picked up the dead body yet. So it freaks me out.
Oh, that one. Never mind. Yeah.
On the ground.
I forgot about that one.
But I was saying I don't like for example, the Legion Remix event where you just had to spend whatever the currency, the bronze or whatever it was, and you could unlock everything. Like I said, I do selfishly like it, but at the same time, like those mounts don't mean anything to me anymore. Like there's no like I bought them from a vendor, and I feel like if I had even if it was like a slightly increased drop chance, off of a boss to get them. Like that has meaning behind it and a story and stuff. And there's some more emotion tied to it, I guess, than just being like, oh, I just bought every single mount that's ever been in this expansion. And I don't even remember or know who they dropped off of or
Dude,
where
that's
they
the
came
thing too.
from.
Like, I do have a lot of mounts from there, and I have no idea what the fuck they were tied to. I don't know what boss they were tied to, what encounter they were tied to. At the same time, I do like that collecting side of it. Like I thought Legion Remix was a ton of fun. Because I only did it because I did it because I leveled up every single class hall, which was awesome. That was cool. I don't know, like, because the appeal is it's a giant collector event, right? But like, then I have no reason now anymore to go back and do Legion unless there's like some extra things to collect. But I have all the warrior sets now. I have all the mounts now.
I would think that I would like it better if it was like through, so you know how we were like ran the raids a million times.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like I would have liked it better if it was just a healthy drop chance for those mounts to drop in the raids or the dungeons or wherever they came from. And then leave achievement mounts alone.
I think though, like
you did the achievement.
Because that was their second one, right? Like I feel because they were initially going to do Legion Remix differently. And then they put it on the PTR and everyone freaked out. So like I think they had thought because it was gonna be slower. Initially it was a slower pace. And people were like, dude, we got cracked out when we did Mist. And like this feels bad. Like it just feels like you're playing through Legion. So then they made it faster, but they already offered all the mounts with bronze in Mist. So I feel like they're in a position now that if you were to change that in a way,
well, yeah,
I think too many people are going to get pissed off.
But,
yeah.
I mean, they can get pissed though, but I feel like it's better for.
I feel so conflicted with this thing too, because
well, like
Asia was saying too that
I selfishly like it, but I don't at the same time, because like I said, I got all those mounts and some of them too were mounts that I had been farming to try and get. Like that mount, the shackles of whatever, the
one.
Yeah. Like
I've been farming that for a while. That's going to be a recolor in the trading post. So I don't know.
There's a new recolor of it. But I'm saying I had been farming that one and I hadn't gotten it, and then it draw, and I still think it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but like it's different when you buy it off of a vendor for like 1,000 bronze or whatever.
Okay. So yes. So I get what you're saying is that the way to obtain it feels kind of bad. It does feel like maybe it should have come through by us participating in the raids or something, getting it that way. I do agree with you on that point that like all I did, excuse me. I think I need to grab some water.
Or even like an RNG type thing where you buy a satchel or something with your bronze and you get like it gives you like a full armor set or a mount or a this or that. And then you're not actually guaranteed to get everything.
They put out when the assaults came or the ritual sites came, which I know how much you love those. But when they added ritual sites, they initially made it that, you know, they had the recolor of the tier 2 sets, right? And they were RNG. You didn't know what you were getting in. Do you know how many people I saw bitch on Twitter about that? I liked it. I don't mind a little bit of RNG. Like I don't know. It's kind of fun. Like as long as it doesn't turn into like gotcha real money shit.
I didn't like that one because it felt like it was too time consuming to open each box.
Oh yes. Well, I think that's because there was a bug where if you open multiple boxes, you could get duplicates. There was just something because they changed that initially.
Or whatever.
Initially,
and then
it wasn't
you had
like
to learn all the cosmetic things. I would prefer, like I said, I would have
save the clicks.
If it was like, what, like loot boxes?
I don't think loot boxes are inherently bad. I think there is a good way to do loot boxes.
Good grief! You never stop talking.
Sorry. Oh my god.
It was just their way of adding, because there's like the class sets, and they occasionally, I think like once a year now, add like some recolor to them or something. So it was their way to let you be able to get the recolor of the class sets this year. And it was through, I can't remember. What did you use to purchase it with?
I believe it was the field accolades. I think the field accolades was what you originally. Oh,
that's right. So yeah, you got, and it was a pretty easy currency to get. So you would get that, and then you could buy the boxes, and then you'd open the boxes, and it was like one box was for shoulders, one box was for boots, one was for bracers, like so on and so forth. And then there's 13 sets, so each box had one of 13 items in it, and you wouldn't get duplicates. So there was at least that. So it was, but because of that, you couldn't just buy 13 caches of the shoulders. You had to buy one at a time because you couldn't buy all 13 because then there was it blocked you from doing it, because I guess if it didn't block you, then you might actually get the same shoulder twice or 3 times or 13 times. So I didn't like that because it felt too long to actually get the full sets. But I did like it. Other than that, I would have preferred to, for the whole price, have like the full set in one box, and you just got a random one of the 13
Ooh,
sets.
that could have been a good compromise. One that just this is the cost of. Yeah, I can see that. Like I don't.
But I'm saying for the remix events, though, I think it would be perfectly acceptable to have like a quote unquote loot box that has all of the expansions offerings. So the mounts, the like cosmetic sets or armor or weapons or whatever. And you could only obviously get everything once, but then that way there's a bit of an RNG factor about what you actually get. And then that way, if you didn't grind it out and spend a bunch of currency on it, you didn't just magically get everything.
I do like that. I feel like there would be so many people that get pissed off of that. I think that's why they just do the direct buy. But I agree. I kind of would like it that way a bit more, because there's a hint of excitement, right? As long as it's not, because the biggest issue I have with like gotcha mechanics or loot boxes is when you have to pay real money for them. That I don't like.
Well, and I wouldn't even be,
dude, I love that shit.
Certain things in the box being rarer than others, like it's a lower drop chance or whatever. But
because I remember, what was it, Killing Floor 2, when you would run that, you would have boxes that you could open and it would give you a certain cosmetic or something. You never knew what you were going to get. And it was just really cool to be like, oh shit, I got this one. Like, I don't know, there's that dopamine hit, right, that comes with it. But I know some people are insane collectors, and some people get so pissed. They're like, someone got mad that they added 2 additional, actually, I think we got 3 additional Mythic Plus mounts this season. And someone was mad that they're adding extra because they're like, oh, now I have to do this. I don't know if you know this, but you don't.
How dare you give me more content to do?
You don't need to collect everything. You don't have to have everything. Like it is okay to say, you know what? Because that's what I did. I was like, I looked at the stuff. I'm like, as cool as it would be to have that mount, it's not worth the amount of effort I would need to put in to get that. Like it's okay to not get everything. And I did want to touch back because AJ had said that I'd still leave exclusives being exclusive though. Those are most a badge of I was here for X. And I agree.
Right.
It's a
that's
weird
how
spot.
I feel about it, because
I agree and disagree. Because there's things I want.
What was it? It was kind of like things like that kind of, I think, hurt the integrity of the game a bit. And I remember when things like that first started happening, they had the what was it, the Tyrael charger mount, and they put it as a Twitch drop.
Yes.
And that was something that you got if you pre-ordered Diablo, one of the Diablos. So it was exclusive to the people who had pre-ordered Diablo, and now it was like a Twitch drop that anybody who watches a streamer for like an hour or something got. And like granted, at that point it was like a 10-year-old mount, but it was still at the same time, it's like, but that should be like, I don't mind things like that coming back around, so new players have an opportunity. Like that doesn't bother me at all. But I do think it should be a bit more challenging. Like, depending how challenging it was to get back in the day, it shouldn't be like, hey, just watch a streamer with their stream muted for an hour and you get this mount. There should have been something else
honestly,
it. Or at the very least, just do a recolor of it. Like,
right.
How hard is it to recolor a model?
It does seem like your biggest complaint is when something has a lack of effort associated to just getting the thing. So I think that's the crux of it, is that there is no effort being into. And I think Anie and I are people who like to put effort into stuff to get them. I think like this is a weird fucking comparison. If it's gonna make me look bad. If a girl is really easy, and like say, if a girl's really easy, no, just hear me out. The reason I'm married to Anie is because she wasn't easy. She wouldn't fucking kiss me. We almost had sex before this woman kissed me. Right. But I would say there have been other girls in my life where like it was fucking like within like a couple hours of meeting each other, we're having sex. And I'm like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm like, there was no effort. You didn't make me chase. I'm not really that interested anymore. So I'm saying it's something about that chase makes you appreciate the thing more, right? So like, I mean, like, you know, it's fucking hot bitch I'm married to. She's not a bitch. That was rude.
Wow. That's fun. I can be a bitch sometimes.
Dude, someone I posted a short on the Kaos and Lace YouTube, and it was the one where you said it was the one where I didn't recognize that totter was a word. And someone's like, dude, a friend wouldn't say, someone's like, a friend wouldn't say you're uneducated. Like, what the fuck? I was like, yeah, because that's my wife. Like, your wife will tell you you're a dumbass constantly. I was like, oh my God, dude, chill. Some people get really offended over the dumbest where I'm like, why are you getting offended for me? Calm down,
That's
buddy.
So funny. You can't say jokes anymore, guys. It's not okay.
Okay, but I do want to touch back on exclusivity, and also I'm going to probably jump ahead to ignoring war bands and some of the content cadences and stuff, and get into PvP.
You see what Armored Monkeys.
It was worth it, man. We've all seen those top-down cooking streams. We gotta bring down the top-down cooking streams.
Camera was the worst thing that's ever happened.
It's so fucking
Jamie
funny.
set it up and I was not aware.
we had set up for a cooking stream and I had a chop cam. So I was so
just
excited.
Like literally me chopping cucumbers or whatever and just boobs.
It's just tits.
Right down
just
my
fucking
shirt.
tits.
Because it was supposed to be focused on the cutting board, but it was.
But because of, okay, so hold on. Because I had to set the camera so high to get it all in frame. It was a wide angle. I was using my phone as a camera for the stream. I had to use the wide lens. And unfortunately, because of where you were standing, like, hold on.
He tested it on himself too when he was setting it up to make sure it looked fine.
Yeah, it looked fine when I set it up on me because I don't have tits.
So then when we're actually doing the stream and I walked over there, like I stick out a bit more than Jamie does.
So she's going to chop it. I'm like, oh my God, there is a tit cam right now. That's forever ago when we did some cookie streams. I knew exactly, dude, I set it up on myself. It's like I'm running around the house. So we had a multi-camera stream going. I was super excited with it. I've got this. I'm like, okay, it's
ready
perfect.
And doing my hair.
And then I just boom, boom, like.
It happens.
Gotta do stuff to get clicks sometimes, guys.
Maybe we need more boob cams.
That's true. We're gonna replace my camera and it's just gonna be a top-down angle of Anie, and you guys can hear me just talking. You guys don't even see me. Anyway, moving into, I did want to say, okay, when it comes to exclusivity, the one thing I dislike, and it goes back to Mage Tower, because those items are tied to class fantasy, it sucks that I can't get those. I don't care about, things being locked behind like a raid I didn't do, like that's not tied to class fantasy. That one fucking hurts because I'm like, that is an exclusive reward for my class. And I think that sucks. Like, I really wish that in Legion Remix, they made recolors of them.
Get them.
Huh?
You can still get it.
No, you can't.
The fell one.
Yes, druids are able to get the fell skin, but that's it. There is an entire shield in mace or flail that for the warrior, brat warrior, you can't get. And that shield is so fucking cool. Before we jump into talking about PvP, I need to PvP, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water. Anie, just random segments. Have fun.
Also, grab me. Oh, well, you didn't give me anything to talk about. Can you also grab me a water?
I don't know. Ask Jack. I'll get some water.
I ran out. Shit! Dropping everything. I don't know what to say. I don't talk, guys. I just listen to Jamie talk. Listen talk so much. Talk about my PvP-ness. That was. Any of you people here from the previous podcast, I'm sure you remember the PvP-ness. Show me your PvP-ness. Good times. And also now sad times thinking back on it. And now my dog is barking. She freaked me out the other day because I was streaming and there's a window next to me that looks out over our backyard. And I think she must have saw her reflection or something. But she was fixated on the window, looking at it, hackles up. And then she started barking and freaking out. It's no matter what I did, I couldn't get her to stop fixating on the window. So then I'm sitting here all paranoid thinking there's something standing outside the window. And it was dark and I couldn't see. And then I shined my phone light out there and there was nothing. And then she still kept freaking out. And it was I don't know. I don't know if you guys have pets that do stuff like that, but I don't like it when it happens. It's very unsettling. Got my water.
Oh, I forgot how much I sweat when we do podcasts. Oh God,
Ew.
my back is just soaked. All right.
Are we still going to BlizzCon? Yes.
Yes, we are. I'm so excited for BlizzCon, dude. We're so soaked. We're gonna go there early. So we're flying in early and we're gonna stay a couple days after. So if anyone's gonna be in the Anaheim area for BlizzCon, hit us up. Are we gonna give us a stream? We've thought about it. We're
gonna go to the beach. I'm determined. I
gonna
told
be
Jamie
fucking
because
cold.
Jamie, it's September in California. What are you talking about?
The ocean is fucking cold. I've gone there during the summer
We don't
and
have
it's
to go
fucking
in
cold.
the water. We don't have to go in the water. But we got to go to the beach because I miss the beach. We moved to Kentucky from New Hampshire, and the ocean was only like an hour and 20 minutes away from where we used to live. And now there's not even like really lakes or rivers other than the gross Ohio River near us.
Dude, it's fucking most toxic river in the US. I didn't know.
And I didn't realize just how much I was gonna not appreciate not having waterfront access to ocean, lakes, or rivers. So
yeah, it's been kind of brutal. Yes, so we have thought about
it doesn't get hot there, but it's not gonna be cold in September.
yeah, so it doesn't get hot there. Yeah. Well, I went to Santa Monica like forever ago when I was like 13, so fucking I don't even know how long ago that was. Over 20 years. And I remember I was so excited to jump into the ocean over there. And it was colder than, because we lived in New Hampshire, like we do. It's fucking hot out. Let's go in the ocean. The ocean, it was cold, but it wasn't that fucking cold. Like I remember the first time I jumped in, I was like, why did no one tell me how fucking cold this was going to be? So yes, I have thought about, I've been messing around with my laptop of how we could potentially set up a stream. So the webcam on there is shit, but it works enough. Another thing that we're doing, and I if anyone follows me on Twitter, I was getting into a fight with Amazon for a refund. So anyway, with that refund that I'm getting, I'm actually buying some podcaster mics that we can just clip on and talk, because that's going to be some additional stuff when all this stuff ends up on Spotify and all the places that people listen to podcasts. We're going to add.
You know how often Jamie and I go for walks? Like we have like this roughly 2-mile walk there and back we do. And we always end up like talking about like good topics. And then we're like, damn it.
Yeah, we're like, man,
recorded it.
I remember because some of the topics we're talking about now, like the PvP stuff we're going to get into, we were talking about.
I think my brain works better when my feet are moving. I don't know if that makes sense, but
I can set up walking for you right there. You can
bring the walking pad down here.
You wear that shirt, do a slow jog. We'll get so many views. But we have a podcast mic coming, so it literally is just set to record once we start walking and talking. So that way, once I start getting all this content out, we'll be able to do some additional content on top of that if it's good, because Anie and I will discuss a lot of different topics, and there are multiple times where I'm like, shit, this is the podcast. Stop talking. We save this for later. So that way we'll have those ideas. We'll have those conversations. Yeah. And I think it'd just be cool to capture them and then give them as an additional piece to go alongside this podcast or talk show, whatever fuck we are. I've never really known. But we'll put that alongside everything. So we got to move into, we've been talking about exclusives. We keep kind of hinting about PvP. I got to talk about PvP because during the Q&A with Ian Hazakassis, they talked about that the PvP rewards are in a place that they like. And they said that, before they can really start to serve the community better, they need to grow the community. And holy shit. Thing
that I said when Jamie told me that was said was, does he even play PvP in this game?
The WoW PvP
I don't know how you can think the rewards are in a good spot, because they're not. Like it really
sucks, dude. It's fucking abysmal.
It's nice. Like there's obviously the exclusive factor, because that's one of the few things that you can still get in the game that's like an exclusive thing that once it's gone, it's gone. But other than that, It's like that's the only thing it's really got going for it, and the only motivation for people to deal with the frustration. And mind you guys, I for the first time ever last season, so the end of
Season 3 of War Within.
World Within.
Yeah.
I actually got my Demon Hunter to, what was it, 1800 to get the
Yeah.
full Demon Hunter set, because I thought the Demon Hunter set was so cool. I liked the Charhound effect, especially the red one. So I did the thing and did the PvP and showed my PvP-ness to everybody and got to 1800. Not even over like a course of weeks. I did it in 2 days because I wanted the set that badly and the season was ending. And if I have any little bit of advice to anybody, don't wait until the weekend before everything is going to end and be gone forever, because everybody else has the same thought and the same idea, and you get some pretty rough groups.
Oh, dude, some of it's
But yeah,
fucking dog shit.
I spent 2 days straight to grind that out and get to 1800, and I was exhausted. And it was not enjoyable. Like the reward at the end, you know, I really put in effort, and like that's still my transmog on my Demon Hunter, because I'm proud of it, and it was such a pain in the ass to get. Like there is that side of it, but at the same time, it was such a grind and so frustrating too when you get into bad groups and like there's nothing you can do as a player to like have that group. And I'm talking about like the battlegrounds. I didn't grind out any other ones. But in the battlegrounds, you're with what, 10 people? You included? It's 10?
Eight for Blitz.
8 people. Yeah. Okay. 8 people, including yourself. And you could be the best player in the world, but if you get a group of people that just downright suck, like your score is the one that takes a hit. And if you lose enough times in a row, like you start to get like,
dude, my Warriors,
the whole algorithm with it and everything. Yeah, like
it's fucking
just, there's a lot behind the scenes that things out of your control can really affect your progression on it. And you start like, if you consistently keep losing, then you start getting grouped with other people that consistently are losing. So it's like you don't want to get stuck there, but it's kind of a bit of a wild factor. So that keeping in mind, there's, other than the one exclusive set that you can get if the full set of, and you don't get the helmet and shoulders of the set until you hit 1800. And then of course there's the gladiator mounts, which are always cool as hell. Like those are neat. And I think they should, you know, those should still, like, I still think those rewards should be the rewards that they are for what they are. But I think they need to add more to, like, there's not really any toys. There's not any pets. There's like a couple achievements you can do that I think are just going to keep going with each new expansion. Like the crystal, the deep home crystal or whatever, for home decor. I don't think they added any new decor this season or this expansion. So it's like it feels like there's not a lot of thought put into it, or things to keep you motivated to continue with that grind that comes along with
right, because
trying to get your rating up in PvP.
Yeah, because you go, you know, from 0 to 1800, right? You were only collecting piece by piece, and I think it's like 1,000 you get your first piece, 1,200 you get first, 15, 17 I think, and then 18. I can't remember exactly, but like the reward structure kind of feels like shit because you're just getting these small transmog pieces, but then you go over and say, look at something like Mythic Plus, right? Mythic Plus has 4 fucking mounts now. You got 4 mounts over in Mythic Plus.
Well, that's the thing too, is compared to the rewards you get from other areas of the game, it feels like nothing. It's a lot like the PvP, especially the rated PvP, is a lot more challenging than running a Mythic 10. Like, let's be honest. And even raiding now, like they're definitely, the Mythic raids are still pretty tricky. And I do think they need to find a way for Mythic raiders to, and I think they are. There's going to be a few changes coming to make it a bit more worthwhile for the people who actually do Mythic raiding, so that they still feel like they get a cut above everybody else who's just upgrading their gear to get the same appearance. But I think I really and it is kind of sad to hear Ian saying that he thinks it's fine where it's at with PvP rewards, because it's not.
Yeah,
And I think if they were to actually ask the community, that would be the general consensus of everybody who actually does PvP in the game, is that the rewards just really aren't great. And on top of that too, like you get the mounts, and the mounts are, like I said, they're always cool, but they're so exclusive. Like I think what is there's the one that's like,
the ground mount that you get.
yes.
Yeah. So
No,
that
there's
one,
3. Is there 3 mounts that you get? I'm drawing a
there's
blank.
2. So you just have
2.
the seasonal ground mount that it's come from. If you have over 1,000 rating, I believe it's every match that you win adds like 2% towards getting that. So it's a bit of a grind to get that one, which the exclusivity is cool, right? I think the exclusivity of that is fine, but it's that there's no incremental rewards to keep like mid-core players. And Ian was saying that
there's not really, like, they need to figure out their currency for PvP and actually have a few different options for people to choose to spend their currency on, other than like items like gear. You don't have any cosmetic items really to spend your PvP currency on. So it's like, and I'm thinking too, like the bloody tokens that you get, it's like once you buy all that stuff, like you keep getting the bloody tokens and there's nothing to do with them. And it would, be nice to be able to not just feel like you're sitting on a whole bunch of currency that you can't use because you've already spent it all, or you outgrew all the gear that you could buy with it. And then like I would like to have some mounts or pets or toys or whatever that you can use PvP currency to purchase. And like I think that's part of it too, is you get the conquest and the honor, which is the stuff you use to buy your PvP gear. But I think what would make it a little bit better is, even though you lose a match, it would be nice if you still got some currency to put towards cosmetic items that you wanted to purchase that are PvP exclusive.
right. I think that's the quit moment for a lot of mid-core players, right? Because Ian was saying that they can't put a lot into PvP community because they need to grow it first. And their idea of growing it was adding
But you can't
the
grow
AI
it because people don't want to play it because there's no reason to play it.
They add the AI battleground and the AI solo shuffle
And the
thing
AI
that's coming or
battleground
whatever.
is a joke.
Right. Like it doesn't teach you shit. So like you're not giving an on-ramp for players who may be interested in getting better. Right. Because I saw a set, the same season as Anie. This is the first season I ever decided I'm going to go and try to get my elite set or whatever. And I hit 2375, first time ever doing it. I was like, this is dope. I'm trying to do it now. And I'm getting pissed because I got in so many bad groups. I feel like my warrior's bricked and I haven't gone back to touch it. And the reason being is because I'm like, dude, the thing that I care about might take more effort than I give a shit to put into. But if you were to add other incremental things or other things for me to keep doing, right? Because like I look at my numbers like, great, I had another loss. I didn't add that 2% to the bar. This feels like shit. And I think I'm not competitive enough to be like, okay, this is worth banging my head and slamming my head against to try to get this. So I'm thinking like it pushes out your mid-core players that don't have that level. And also those are your feeder players.
They need to remember if they want to grow the PvP fan base, they need to remember that this game is mostly played by people who have jobs now.
So, but like that's the thing, is that mid-core players are going to be the feeders in your rated battlegrounds or your rated content, right? Like you need to have those little fish that occasionally it just feels good to stomp. Like everyone knows there are time in PvP where you just fuck someone up and you're like, that was awesome. I felt so good doing it. But you don't want to make it so every time that dude gets fucked up, he loses rating every single time, or he gets nothing out of doing 30 minutes of that content. And because we're not talking about people who are going to push past the suck. We're talking about people who are going to, they dip their feet into it. They're like, hey, this is kind of cool because of the way that MMR works. You shoot up really fast and all of a sudden, like, I'm bricked at fucking 1500. Nothing feels good. I hate this fucking game mode. I'm done. You have to look at those players in those quit moments, and what can you do to change to make sure you don't lose the little fish that are going to feed the bigger fish And how do you make it so that little fish don't feel like they're just being constantly getting the shit beat out of them, right?
Maybe they need to add a solo mode. Maybe that'll fix it.
It's still gonna fix it. Yeah, it's fucking.
No.
Oh my
so
God.
it's just like a 1v1. So you just.
It's delves for PvP. You just go in.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, because then that way, at least I can take accountability for like my loss instead of being highly frustrated because it was somebody else who fucked it up.
They have said, because that there are some complaints about. Are you talking about like just solo queuing 1v1 against another player?
You cut out what?
Are you talking about soloing like 1v1 against another player? Like it's just
like
queuing.
the queue in the rated, and it's just you and one other. Like if you're a DPS, you and one other DPS.
That'd be kind of fun. I would like to see that.
I guess you could only do it as DPS though, because it would be kind of weird.
It's just fucking two healers just beating the shit out of each other for 20 minutes. Who's gonna fall out of mana or lose mana first?
Right.
I know there have been some complaints about solo shuffle for that reason, is that the matches take too long because it's basically 6 matches in one. And someone's like, dude, can we just do it so it's one match and done, like arena? Like, why do we have to do the solo shuffle? Like, I think that's something that they need to look at now too, is that the game, and they're looking at it with rating, right? They're looking at, hey, our raiders are playing this game differently. A lot more people pug. We want to look at the mythic lockouts. We want to look at flexible mythic. It's like a lot of people are, I murked it for half the fucking rest of the season because my guild imploded. And I was like, I don't know if I want to fucking hold adults' hands through the shit anymore. I kind of just liked pugging and doing shit myself. Like, I love playing with a bunch of people and doing rating and all that content. But I do, like, Annie's my player too. Like, I play with Anie a lot, in game and out. But that's a different subject. It's weird.
Saying in and out again.
Just your shirt. But no, so we play a game a lot together. So like, I don't really ever feel like, oh man, I need to get with this group or whatever. And I think they need to look at that with PvP too. And like, how do you make it accessible for, that solo player that kind of wants in there? Solo takes longer because each match is so much faster at lower rating. Just focus on one player and hope for the best. It usually takes 15 seconds to win, lose. I do. Yeah. But the thing is, like, why not just offer that single match, right? I understand the 6 rounds, but I've seen a lot of people say they don't like it because of that. Like, because you could get into that 6th round and know there's a very, very weak player that's going to just fucking lose every time. And that's that person that gets just the shit beat out of them every. It's like, I've done enough where I'm like, you target that one dude who doesn't know how to play PvP.
I don't like when that player is me. That happened a few times. So I was like, they identified me as the weak link. That sucks.
So like, it does suck to be locked in there. And now you're like, dude, I'm stuck doing this for fucking ever because now we're here. You know what I mean? And that does feel like shit. I do think they need to look at the structure of it, because if you want people, it's such an ass backwards way to think about this, is that they want to give more to PvP. They need more people to do it to justify it. But it's like, dude, even with open world PvP, I don't feel any incentive to ever just be in war mode. Like there's no content there, right? Like they need to look at, say, like the Overlord, the Overlord add-on is doing awesome stuff with PvP. There's some really cool shit that you can do, basically making an entire overlay of different things that you can fight for in the world. Like, I know so many people, the reason that when we initially were covering Ashes of Creation is like, there were so many people that flocked to that game because they were PvPers and they were excited for the open world PvP and stuff like that. And it is a very underserved community. And it does suck that the mindset going into it was, well, if we want to give them something, we need more of them.
But it's an underserved community because look at how some of those PvP players act, though.
I will say, yes, there is also that side.
They kind of do it to themselves. Like there's like the honest PvP players, and then there's the people that just want to exploit and just be like on a power trip and feel like they are better than everybody, even if they're cheating.
Oh, dude, there's a whole thing right now of like this classic guild that is like, it's insane. I was watching. I'm not going to get into it on this stream, but I'll need to show you it. I didn't realize there's still some wild shit that happens in WoW when it comes to like guilds and infight, all this weird. I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know this shit still happens in this game. So, but anyway, we can move off of talking about PvP, but I do think it is a backwards way to think. To serve your player base, you need to grow the player base first, because the longer that you leave them unserviced, the longer and longer it's going to take, or you're basically going to see that die. Oh, the boy's trying to take the dog out. Okay, that's what's going on. I'm like, what the fuck's going on over there? All right.
She was hot. She didn't want to go out, so she was hiding near me. And he was trying to put the leash on her.
But yeah, anyway, the overall sentiment was that the devs are happy about the pacing of PvP rewards, and I think they're shit. I think they're kind of shit. You've dealt with them a ton while playing vanilla and TBC. I will say, I think that's where a lot of the PvP players go, is vanilla and TBC. Let's see. So we kind of touched on why those people aren't coming, because there's just, you don't have a lot of shit to do. I will touch on this one more thing though about this before we move into. We got some Reddit stories that we kind of want to touch on. There were some funny ones. And you want to talk about one other mechanic that's coming that I think is awesome for rated PvP is they're finally doing something about the win trading. So currently what happens is you've got two people that queue and they wait for the queue to pop at the same time. If they don't get in together, they dodge their queue, right? So I'm sure a lot of people have done this. You go a rating, it's like, dude, why the fuck is there one, like, all the time? Why we just not pop?
They just decline it.
And it will be over and over and over. So you've been waiting for 7 minutes and now you're waiting for another 10 minutes because people keep dodging the queue. Well, that's because these people are trying to get into the same queue together so they can throw matches, they can win trade, they can do those things. So now there's going to be in season 2 an account-wide debuff that is going to limit your ability to queue if you miss a queue, and it will start adding minutes each time you do it, which is awesome because now if you dodge your queue, you got a 1 minute timeout. You do it again, you've got a 5 minute timeout. You do it again, you got a 10 minute timeout. I think that's fucking awesome.
Nice things, guys.
I saw some people say that it was shit. I think it's actually a really good way to deal with that. Anyway, moving on. We do have some Reddit stories. Annie, I'm actually going to send you this one over on Discord if you want to lead this.
Hilarious reaction to a simple macro that got me kicked. I'm not sure if these people really thought I was stealing gold from them or if they were just messing around. But either way, I laughed out loud when I was kicked. So you know how you can do like a custom emote? Like you have like /hug, /kiss, and it says like Aramina, or that's my character's name, like kisses Gillicoth or whatever. Well, this one, they said their character's name just pickpocketed you, removed 3 gold, 25 silver, and 13 copper from your bags. And they spammed it a couple times. And then, or no, they did it twice.
They got it 1, 2,
so
3 times.
They removed it. Yeah, someone said the fuck, and then they said pickpocket me rogue, and then they said they said question mark, and they're like, I reported them. They said, or then the rogue said he, and then the mage said, I just took my gold, you bozo. I'm assuming it's a death knight. FYI, I don't know what I am doing, LOL. And then the mage said, we can still kick him though. And then Death Knight said, planning on it. And then the rogue said, which is the writer, not before I rob you blind, buddy. The mage said, take the 3 gold and realize it wasn't worth 15 minutes wasted. Hunter said, oh God, what did I walk into? Then it says you have been removed from the group.
It's so funny. To not
just
know.
Had a macro that kept saying they just pickpocketed you, removed 3 gold, 25 silver, and cop it from your bags.
That's hilarious. I know, like, because I write, because we can't do spit. So, occasionally you got to do a /e spit on, whatever. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm perfect. But yeah, to fucking fall for this, I thought it was pretty fucking funny.
Are we going to talk about our child? And how she was running around in what game were you guys even playing? Fuck. She was teabagging everything.
Oh my God, dude. Okay. So this is a random side story here. I set up Unreal Tournament 2004 on all of our computers to do like a LAN party. And my fucking 8-year-old daughter, really good at video games, she's running around. And I'm watching her play and she kills me. And then I see up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm like, what the? What? I'm like, is my kid teabagging me right now? And like, I'm dying laughing, dude. It's so fucking funny. So then I go and I was like, Annie, come here. And she's playing with, she decides, you know what? I'm going to go play,
Or whatever.
yeah, she was playing the story mode. She's playing the campaign to kind of learn how to play the game a bit more. So I'm watching her and she's killing bots and she's teabagging.
They're not even like in her path of direction she's going. She's going out of her way to go run over and like
runs over teabags every single
like,
kill.
And I'm like, do you even know what you're doing right now? And she's like, yep. Oh my god,
it's so
mind
fucking
you, she's 8 years old, and I was like, what the actual hell?
I'm like, dude,
where'd
where'd you even learn how to teabag from? And she's just boom, headshot, multi-kill, teabag. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I'm like, what in the world?
Dude,
hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, Arthur? I remember I made a PoE streamer get really upset because he was talking about how PO2 was too difficult and that you couldn't even, they gate kept it because he kept dying to the first boss. And I posted a video of her one tapping the first boss. And like I think at the time she must have been like 6. And I was like, dude, fucking get good, scrub. Like, what the fuck? It's
so funny.
House of Gamers
here,
guys.
It wasn't PoE, it was Diablo.
No, it was PoE. No, it was PoE too.
Oh, no, it was PoE.
Yeah, no,
it was PoE. Yeah.
And then he told me to go fuck myself, and I was like, great. It's perfect.
It's probably like, that's AI.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. I have the other, where's the other story? This one has to do with time walking. And you know what? I actually could see myself doing the thing that, because I'm a bit of a dick. I'm not, you guys know, I'm not going to lie.
No, not at all.
Sometimes I'm a bit of a dick, and
all Jamie does is yell about things on Twitter.
I do. I've gotten better. I had a
whole. He's too negative for me.
I had a whole segment ready to go for the whole Jimothy thing, and then he's like, it needs to be a wholesome thing. Like you can't. We're not doing this.
I know. Like, we're going to talk about how people think that it's stupid that corporations are profiting off of it. I was like, no. I was like, we don't need to talk about that. Stupid people.
I was going to talk about the person that I said that they're a bunch of fucking crybabies and should just take the stick out of their ass and laugh. But I mean, you kind of paraphrased it. I'm glad that I did get to shoehorn that in here. Hold on. Where is this other story? God. I have it somewhere in the notes here. Here it is. The time walking parse open link. Here it is. All right. Dude, why am I in? How do I turn Reddit to dark mode? This is disgusting. Display mode.
Logged in.
Dark. Okay, sweet. Oh my God, I was sick to flashbanging myself. All right, so it goes, not a complaint post, just absolutely baffled that there are people who vote to kick 2 pulls into a time walk because not enough damage. People who treat time walking like it's M+ parses are absolute psychopaths. Now, I get pissy as like a tank playing a DPS doing time walking because I hate playing a DPS and the tanks are always really bad and I fucking hate being in dungeons with other tanks. Now, that set aside, like,
I have to sometimes remind Jamie that there's level 18s in the time walk.
I will.
And he's like, why aren't they interrupting? And I'm like, they don't have it.
Why the fuck would you interrupt? She's like, they don't have them yet because they haven't unlocked it on their kit. Also, Blizzard, fuck you for not putting your interrupt as the first fucking spell that you get. Why are you allowing people to be in time walking and not being able to interrupt shit? What the fuck? Like, because now I am being an asshole. I don't say it to them, though. I'm just sitting there getting pissed. And Annie's like, you need to calm the fuck down. I'm like, no, they need to not fucking interrupting shit. And it's like, because they don't have it. So shame on you, Blizzard. Fix that shit. Interrupt should be like the first. That should be the first thing.
I'm like, who looks like the dumbass now?
That should be the first thing that people get when they go to the fucking noob island.
That was that.
Here's how to interrupt.
I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the dungeon, but it was that Battle for Azeroth dungeon that everybody hates, where there's like the squid that goes on your head boss. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, it's like the kind of Cthulhu-y dungeon.
Oh,
but we started the dungeon. And it is like the trash that you pull at the very start of the dungeon is very reliant even on just like a normal dungeon to interrupt them because there's healers and stuns and
I
whatever.
forgot about this one.
And it was me and Jamie, and I think we were max level or
Yes,
something like
we were
that.
max
But
level.
anyway,
Yeah.
we were max level, and I only as a hunter have like maybe 2 interrupts, 3 if I count my ice trap, and it depends on if the thing I'm trying to interrupt isn't immune to it. But anyway, so I'm all my interrupts are on cooldown, and then all these spells keep going off that we can't interrupt. And like Jamie's like freaking out. He's like, "Why aren't you guys interrupting?" He's like getting mad. And then I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "There's a level 8, like a level 12, and a level 13." In the group with us.
Dude, I was
And like,
so
man, that dungeon
pissed.
took forever to get through just because like
Okay,
it
for
was
context, the
challenging.
reason why is we did a really big pull of all the mobs, right? And there's healers in there. Well, if you don't
So
CC the healers,
they never die.
nothing ever fucking
never
dies.
die.
It was a 10-minute fucking loop of me just being like, fucking interrupt, and then learning they don't have them. And that was the most miserable time walking I've ever fucking done.
Like
it was so bad. I got so fucking mad. Anyway, yeah, so that was that. But yeah, so be nice to time walking. You never know who you get in there. And also the scaling's weird. Someone might seem like they're doing less damage, but you know what? It all scales, it works out. So don't look at meters. Dude, kicking, I voted to kick in time walking. And it's mainly because someone was talking shit. Okay, so here's what happened. I was running time walking with my daughter, and we go through, and the fucking healer didn't follow me. And I'm going and I'm killing mobs, and like I'm almost dying, but I'm elite, so I don't die because I'm a prot warrior. So anyway, little ego stroke there. I kill the shit, and they're all dying because they went a different way. And I was like, hey, how about we follow the tank? And then the dude's like, how about you know the route? So then we get into it, and he dies, the healer dies. I solo the boss and shit. And I said, hey, how about you only speak when you start healing more than me? And then he goes, he's like, dude, it's time walking. You need to chill. I was like, I remember you complaining about the route. So I was like, fuck you, buddy.
Right.
And then I set the vote because he was rude. And then my kid's like, was he being rude? And I was like, yeah, he's an asshole.
Oh my God.
Anyway, little fun story time there. I think there's one more. Okay. Before we finish the podcast, before we finish this first episode, which was a little scuffed because we crashed a couple times, but guys, I think this is pretty good for the first Kaos and Lace podcast episode. It's been a lot of fun. We got one more segment. I think this is the last segment. We did get through. God, jumped all over the place. It's fine. It's kind of what you guys should learn to expect from us if you come in.
Show, though. That is literally
the show. We are definitely back, baby, dude. I've been wanting to get back into it, and I think we have a flow. I do want to show you guys this, which I am really excited about. So let me pull this up.
Surprised not one single person played a pick your poison.
Don't do it right now, guys. After dark, pick your poison. Son of a bitch. We gotta think. What's a good topic?
Something to do with Jimothy or cryptids.
Oh my God. Okay. Last time we did beast fucking or something because we were talking about smut books. So that was a whole thing about would you or would you not fuck a fucking monster? Let's see. Would you rather find out your partner has been cheating with you with Bigfoot, or find out that Bigfoot was Jimothy in a fursuit the entire time and the sex got notably better after he showed up? Wait, what?
What?
Wait, would you rather find out
for most of that?
Would you rather find out your partner has been cheating on you with Bigfoot, or find out Bigfoot was Jimothy in a fursuit the entire time and the sex got noticeably better after he showed up?
What is happening?
So basically, would you rather find out?
Why is the second one?
No.
Wait, why is the second one, like the baseline of the second one is that you're having sex with Bigfoot and it got better after you realized it was Jimothy?
No.
Like,
so the second one is you've been having sex with Bigfoot, but it was Jimothy in a fursuit the whole time.
I don't want to be having sex with Jimothy. He's too cute.
Also,
Jimothy might be a girl.
better sex is always good. Yeah. Okay. So you have to pick one. Are you going to find out I've been cheating on you with Bigfoot, or you've been banging Bigfoot and it turns out it actually was Jimothy? And honestly, it's been pretty good.
Definitely the first one, because that's I'm not banging Bigfoot, and I'm hell no banging Jimothy.
All right, fucking perverts. We're gonna move on.
That made our wholesome section all the.
It did. We took our wholesome and made it wholesome. So there was a leak on Roll20 that the pre-orders for the D&D World of Warcraft is now live. It said your choices, your story, Roll for Azeroth, D&D Warcraft pre-orders now live in this Azeroth, this story. And it kind of cut off there. They did take the article down. It has been like reset. I know there are so many, and you guys might not know this, especially the new viewers. If we even have some, and if you guys are even going to stick around,
how could they not after the weird Bigfoot Jimothy?
Yeah, that was fucking. If you guys didn't leave after that, you guys are keepers. We found out. I just saw views drop like 2. So see you guys later. We might not be your cup of tea.
They're like, what in the hell?
It's so funny. I was gonna say, back when we did our Tangents of Creation podcast and we were doing Ashes stuff, there was a podcast. There's a podcast called The Golden Feather Tavern. It was a husband wife just like us. We would say that they were the mom and dads of Ashes, and we are the drunk aunt and uncle. So if that is true in the WoW space, I would say that Talias and Evitel are probably the mom and dad of WoW, and we're the drunk. Well, we're married to each other. What?
Well, wait, never mind.
Are your aunt and uncles not married together? Like, what are you talking about? I didn't say we're cousin fucking. I don't know where you were going with that.
I was thinking aunt and uncle, like they were siblings to the family, so they were their aunt and uncle, not because they were married. Shut up.
I thought cousin, but you're talking about like some Alabama shit right there. Anyway, I was just gonna say we're now the drunk aunt and uncle. Wow, fucking derailed the shit out of that one. Anyway. I love this shit. There's been so many different homebrew rule sets for this. And if you guys don't know this too, Chris Metzen actually had a company, or has a company called Warchief Gaming, which was his studio where they made tabletops games. Like they made the Coil Serpent Ouroboros, I believe. They kickstarted it. So like, I'm just excited. I want to see what this is. I'm super excited for it. Just end segment here, ending on this. I think this is really cool. Especially just the idea of them expanding, right? Because what does this mean for other things? I know they've done stuff before, but are we going to see magic cards? Are we going to see a fucking WoW? I will buy the fuck out of that, dude. Give me shit, dude. If you're good, like, don't just put the macro transactions in the game. Give me shit to buy. You know what I mean? I will buy a fucking World of Warcraft D&D book. Awesome. That's physical media. I will keep that. Don't be PlayStation. Don't only put it digital. Like, you know, there's a lot of people upset at them for that. So I would love to have like physical stuff like that. So many times when WoW does like crossovers or a licensed shit, it's always crap. It's always, or it's like fucking $5,000. They have this fucking Build a Lich King thing right now. It's a subscription based thing. You get pieces in the mail every month, and at the end it costs like $2,500 to build the stupid fucking horrible Lich King. Where I'm like, why? Wow, you better
not skip a month.
When Holly said that WoW is a very or Warcraft in general is a very underutilized IP, it really is, because a lot of times
it really is.
They did a fucking license agreement with a fucking frying pan. You could go out and buy a fucking WoW frying pan, which as an adult, like, you guys could do a vacuum too, or a blender. That's cool. I will buy that. I like that. But also at the same time, what the fuck?
I will not have that in my house.
Why have we not have a TV show? Why have we only had the one movie that was ass? I don't know why I said TV show. Weird. That came out of my mouth and I didn't like that. That was not like the way I said TV show. I'll redo that. Why don't we have a TV show? I don't know. It's just the cadence was so fucking odd. Guys, I haven't even had whiskey in this one.
What's wrong with you?
I was
gonna say, drink.
It's been a while, guys. It's, you know, I'm having that after podcast glow. All right.
Oh my God.
I've let loose.
All
Feels
right,
good.
on that note, I'm going to go to bed.
All right, guys. I think that's going to be the end of the show for tonight. I did want to end on. I wanted to finish on Dungeons and Dragons. I think that was the run show. Anyway, we talked about.
Finished on things.
I wanted to finish deep inside talking about lore.
You're supposed to finish in things, not on
that's
things.
true. All right, that's enough of that. If you guys like the show, make sure that you follow over here. I will be putting this up on Spotify, all that stuff. It is not going to be a very professional or put together podcast, but if you like things raw, if you like it dripping, you know, for old fans know, you guys know we're back. We're fucking back, baby. But anyway, if you guys want, you can go and follow our new YouTube channel up over there. I'm going to be posting podcast clips over there. I've already got a bunch of shorts put up there. So if you guys want to get extra shit, you want to catch the segments you missed, you want the full VODs cleaned up, and over on YouTube, that's where they'll be. So if you want to go and subscribe over there, that would be great. But anyway, I have been Jamie Chaos. With me has been the always lovely Anie Lace. Anie, do your thing.
Oh gosh, I don't remember what my thing is. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Goodbye.
All right, guys, have a good night. Stream is ending. I hope it doesn't crash when